Welcome, one and all, to episode 150 of Project Geekology. This is a milestone episode for us. Obviously, 150 episodes is a long commitment, but we know that you, the listener, have listened to each and every podcast dutifully. You've memorized some of our best lines, and now you're going to be listening to us for another 150 episodes after this, because you are definitely subscribed and you've definitely given this a 5-star review, a juicy 5-star review. I'll add. I'm just kidding, guys. You don't have to listen to all of them, but we do recommend it. My name's Dakota. I'm 1/3 of your host at Project Geekology, and I'm joined as always with
Anthony. And I don't know how long I'll be able to record tonight. My stomach is hurting a little bit. I ate this like moth frog thing. And yeah, just not. I don't recommend it.
Did you do it willingly, or was it thrust upon you?
I think I dreamed it, but I don't know. I could not tell you if it was a dream, if I was hallucinating, or if it was willingly or against my wishes. But I'm gonna send that over to Rich. Did I say Anthony? Yeah, this is Anthony. I'm gonna send it over to Rich.
Best episode of the show ever. I'm as always sponsored by Voodoo Ranger Juicy Haze IPA. That's unofficial.
I am obligated to say that we are unofficially sponsored. We have not had any communications with Voodoo Ranger. Rich, how are you?
Officially, I'm doing well, and I'm very excited to join you guys for what is sure to be an infuriating show. Hey, listen, you know what? Mr. C's not the only one who's got a Dougie. I'll just leave it at that for now.
Guys, if you haven't picked it up by now, which you probably haven't if you haven't actually read the name of this episode, we are covering two things this week. Fire Walk With Me, the Twin Peaks film that came out in 1992, and the first 8 episodes of Twin Peaks The Return, which came out in 2017. We decided to jump forward with Twin Peaks The Return, which is the follow-up to, obviously, the Twin Peaks series that only lasted 2 seasons. But our co-hosts really wanted to watch Twin Peaks The Return, or Twin Peaks Fire Walk With Me as well, just so that they get a more rounded vision. And I think that was the right move, because there's actually some things in The Return that are directly linked to Fire Walk With Me, and you would have missed out on some of that, those logic leaps. So I'm glad you guys forced that and pushed through so that we could, cover both Fire Walk With Me and The Return today. But before we do any of that, let's briefly discuss some of the stuff that we've been up to this week. And you know what? We haven't even introduced our special guest who's been on the show for the past 3 episodes.
Hello!
I'm so sorry, Jen.
I just looked over at Dakota, we're sitting next to each other, and I was like, nobody said hi to me yet. What the heck, guys?
Sorry.
Hi guys, I'm Jen.
It's okay, Jen. It wasn't intentional.
Wow.
You're just not one of the OGs at this point.
Thanks.
Sorry,
I really
Gemstone.
love this warm welcome.
Gemstone McGon.
Don't call me Gemstone. Yeah.
Actually, technically, Jen was one of the OGs for a little while.
I feel like I was actually, quite frankly, the first OG, because Dakota and I started our YouTube channel together first.
Oh, snap.
Okay.
She's bringing a pre-Project Ecology.
Okay.
Anyway, we have a big show ahead of us. Anthony, what have you been up to this week? Nothing? Cool. Rich, what have you been up to? I'm just kidding. Anthony, what's up?
Honestly, just been nerding it out with the World of Warcraft. Been continuing my deep dive. I sent you the 3 books
you had the
that
3
I got
Chronicles,
the other day.
yeah.
Those lore books.
Narnia?
Yeah, man. They're really nice.
So are they
large
novels, or are they source books?
So they read out kind of like it's like a history, So it's like I'm reading history books.
Got it.
So it's not covering like one specific person. It's covering just like kind of Azeroth and like some of the people in Azeroth, but there are like actual books that'll cover
stories, yeah.
like actual events and stories and characters that are in the actual World of Warcraft universe. So I don't know, like I kind of have like the itch to know a little bit more.
You gotta scratch it.
Especially the Warcraft, like before WoW, like the OG's Warcraft 1, 2, and 3.
Oh, does it go into that
there's
as
a
well?
lot of yeah. It goes into some like early like Warcraft stuff. So
very cool.
It's it's cool. I'm enjoying it so far. The book is really cool. It's really nicely done, and has some like really awesome art in it too. So I'll have to send some pictures of some
Please
cool
do.
stuff to y'all. Maybe one of these days. No, it'd be tough. It'd be tough to cover World of Warcraft. But yeah. So that's mostly what I've been up to. How about you, Rich?
I've had a weird week. In 43 years of life, I've been gifted 3 cardboard cutouts of myself. 2 in the last week. It was a kind gesture by a coworker. It has been really weird. I just have a cardboard cutout my size of me in the back of my classroom. I can't bring it home because my wife doesn't want it in the house. Kids are just taking selfies with it.
One rich is too many.
Kids are taking selfies with it. Kids I don't know now know about it, so they're just walking into my room and like seeing it. And the best part is that the next month I have what's called an unannounced observation window. This means that an administrator from any building in the district can come observe me, and I now have a life-size replica of myself on the other side of the room.
A doppelganger.
I'm not sure how this is going to go. Yeah, like a Dougie.
You have your own Dougie. Okay.
It is like really lifelike, and multiple times today when I like entered Rich's room, or if I was sitting and turned to look at something, I was scared. Like it frightened me. So
Rich, I've known about it for a while. The cutout. Jen sent me a picture of it. I think like over a week ago. She sent. Yeah, she sent.
I need to see this.
Here, I'll put it in our group chat. But anyway,
I need to see the other.
It looks just like him.
Yeah, but I thought it was just a picture of you and Rich like standing next to each other.
Yeah, I sent him the picture and I said, "Don't tell Rich, it's a surprise." And then Dakota like took a while to respond, and apparently he was like, "Why would I not tell Rich about a picture of you and Rich?"
It was quite a thing. It was revealed during a what was called an emergency department meeting, so it was a little bit overwhelming. But it is kind of hilarious, and I'm going to embrace it. Other than that, and like nerddom, I've just I binged Wonder Man.
What did you think?
I love it. It's fantastic. It's great. I mean, Ben Kingsley's great in it. I love his character of Trevor Slattery. It's highly recommended. I wish they would have given it more press. It's kind of upsetting. And there's one big question I have, though. It's like I just don't know where it fits on the timeline of MCU stuff. And I wish there was a guy that I knew personally that could maybe clarify for people where it fits on the timeline. But I'm not sure if we're ever going to find that person. Anyway, I'm going to kick it to Dakota. How's your week been?
My week's been pretty good. I got laid off on Friday. But you know what? It happens to me pretty often, so I don't really care. It's just part of the job. So now I'm just kind of.
You're making yourself sound so terrible.
I know. I sound like a terrible.
So bad.
You okay, Rich?
You can't do that.
Are you alright?
Guys, I know what he's saying, and just the words, though, like I can't. Okay, I gotta calm down. Go.
What was it? Because it was so nonchalant.
Yeah, I had a great week. And then I got laid like this.
Well, I know it doesn't bother him because he's a union.
I get sent
so
right
like,
back out whenever
he
whenever
can easily get a job.
Yeah.
Tomorrow.
If they have work for me, they'll send me out to another company. But in the interim, I'm excited to like get started on my project that I told you guys about last week. I won't bore you with the details, but I've batched all the content that I want to release in February into like one big script so that I can read it, and then cut it into individual like bite-sized shorts that I can put on, whatever, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, Twitter, whatever. So I'm excited about that. It's a new thing for me. I want it to look professional, but it'll be nice having, 20 to 40 second videos to edit instead of 20-minute videos, so that should be fun. Other than that, yeah, we just finished watching the first ep of Wonder Man, and really good so far. Very, very excited. I too hope to discover where it fits on the MCU timeline. I guess we'll never know.
It's the optimistic approach.
According to Disney Plus, it's the latest thing that.
Yeah, because I trust Disney Plus. Come on, Dakota. Like, we need to dust it off, bring it out of retirement, like, put on the cape, and let's get back to it, buddy.
I guess that might be in the cards. We'll see how long I'm unemployed. All right. Yeah. Did we do anything else? We watched The Studio, which is also kind of like Wonder Man, because Wonder Man is while it has a superhero twist and it exists in the world of Marvel, it's about an actor, Simon, who is trying to get a role in a major motion picture. The Studio is a show by Seth Rogen. It's a comedy, but it's kind of based on like what the studio heads do on a daily basis, like the shenanigans that they get up to, the type of nonsense that they have to deal with, with actors, with other directors, with it's just a very funny show, and it's incredible filmmaking. Like I'm so impressed by the filmmaking. Like there's an episode called The Wonder, and it's the idea that like there are shots in movies that are one takes and they last a really long time, and it's part of the artistry of like creating this wonder. Like, and so there's a whole episode about Seth Rogen's character, who's like a producer in a big motion picture studio, going onto a set and trying to experience this wonder, but everything that he does, all the stuff that he introduces to the set, basically ruins their opportunity to film the wonder. So it's a comedy and a tragedy all at once.
A comedy of errors.
A comedy of errors. But the entire episode is filmed in one shot. So it itself is a wonder of a wonder. It's really cool. Like the way that they did that. So I really recommend The Studio. It's an Apple TV series.
Yeah, you and I've been watching the same stuff, so I think you covered it, really.
I think I covered it. Yeah.
Other than that, I've just been on Pinterest, just curating my little pin boards. Dakota doesn't understand. I just like to organize pictures on this website, and he doesn't get it. He doesn't really get it.
I've looked at it. It doesn't make much sense, but
I'm just like a little robot. I'm like a little robot organizing my photos into different folders.
Yep.
Look, as Twin Peaks enjoyers, we know that nothing needs to make sense for you to enjoy.
Amen,
something.
brother.
I love whenever Anthony said, as Twin Peaks enjoyers, and Rich just looked at the camera and shook his head dejectedly.
Another thing I've been up to is going into my local deli where I'm treated like a celebrity, right, Rich? Every time we go to the deli, everyone like knows my name. They go, "Hey Jen, how's it going, Jen? You got to pick up." And then we all chat and we have fun.
I've never seen anything like it. Although I will share a short anecdote that unfortunately Jen was in charge of the orders the other day, and as she's trying to place the order on the way to the store, this deli in question, I just
mad.
start yelling stuff. I start yelling stuff in the car. I'm like, "I'm Jen Stone McGonagall. I teach at Hogwarts." And she's trying to place the order, and we walk up there, and the poor guy at the counter is just like, "Would you guys like any sauce for your chicken nuggets?" And our one coworker goes, 1. And he's clearly
so
confused.
Mad.
And then I bound around, and then Jen goes, Rich, what kind of sauce do you want? I go, sauce. And then
It was
the guy looked
so
dumbfounded.
It was like our friend went 1, and then I got so irrationally angry because I was so mad at Rich talking over the call in the car that I was like, I'm not making conversation, I'm just trying to get the sauce. Like, figure out which one you want. Like, I got genuinely mad, and the guy started cracking up laughing. And then Rich walks over, and I'm like, what sauce do you want? He's like, sauce. And then the deli man lost it. It was just absurd. It was just an absurd day to be us.
All right. Let's rein ourselves in.
You're just jealous
your
because
sauce
you don't
story,
have access to the deli.
I don't have access to the deli. It's very far away from me. I am landlocked in my home while I'm unemployed. And I'm snow-locked. It snowed so much out here this past weekend. My back hurts.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Anthony, we got 30 inches. 30.
Dude, our temperature this weekend is actually about to drop into like the lower 30s.
So sorry.
That's unheard of
so sorry.
in South Florida. You know that these people are about to dress up like they're in Russia.
Canada Gooses.
Okay? Like, yeah, I mean, you're not going to see a face because, like, they're going to be in parkas and, like, ski masks. Okay? It's going to be insane.
I did land in Orlando once, and I think the high that weekend was like 61. And the cab driver, the Uber driver, just like apologized the entire way on the way to the hotel. He's like, I'm very sorry about this. He's like, it should not be this cold. He's like, I'm not sure. He's like, you're coming from New York? He's like, it's the same temperature there. He's like, that's wild. He's like, I'm so sorry. And I'm like, this is not your fault, my friend. Like, I'm just, like, I'm sure you control my travel, but not my weather.
You didn't realize that he was the weather wizard?
In Twin Peaks, he would have actually controlled the weather.
Oh, 100%.
He'd be like, bad weather we're
would have
having.
been a cab driver.
And then you would see like a flash of light. I apologize.
Guys, I've been having such a good time talking to you, but I guess we should probably start doing what I don't want to do. And that's talk about Twin Peaks. How do you guys want to start this? Are we going to go with Fire Walk With Me, the most logical collection of David Lynch's thoughts that have ever been put to film? Or do you want to start with the insanity that is The Return?
Let's do Fire Walk With Me first.
Last time, or like when I watched Fire Walk With Me for the first time, which was also the last time that I watched it before this, I was just like overwhelmed with like just sadness. I was like, this was like one of the saddest things I've ever watched. This was genuinely horrible. And I thought, well, now that I know the story, maybe it'll be an easier watch. Absolutely not. Still devastating. Still very sad. Still not a good time.
There's that scene where early in the film, Laura sees Bob in her room and runs out and like hides underneath a bush, and then she sees her father walk out of the house, and the just gut-wrenching crying that she experiences is just like, it's so horrible. It's like the most horrible thing ever. And
it is. And I feel like Fire Walk With Me was an essential watch because the original series kind of gives them a break. Like you don't understand what exactly was going on. And then you realize like how horrific things were in this movie, So, and then you realize that Laura understood who Bob was and that there was some weird, but she also was like, she was also kind of confused because she was like, okay, it's Bob, but then wait, is it my dad? That kind of, it's crazy. And then you could tell when Bob would kind of drop in and drop out. And I felt so bad for Leland. This man was like, when he's Bob, like, obviously Bob knows everything, but like when he allows Leland to kind of like poke it in, it's like amnesia. He doesn't know what happened.
Yeah, it's a really weird. And we were talking about it a couple weeks ago, or like at the midway points of season 2, where Rich, you actually made the mental connection of dissociative identity disorder, DID, and it kind of plays out like that. in a weird way, even though it's not, because we know that there are like entities in this world that are malevolent. But what'd you say?
Oh, nothing. I was just asking if you had a light.
Oh yeah, I don't have a light.
And then also another reason why I think it was essential is because you see like what kind of like degeneracy that Laura was like partaking in. And obviously part of it is, I mean, a lot of it is what was going on in the home. It was like, you know, coping with what was going on, and then also like I guess a way of like survival in a way. It's kind of crazy. I saw it as like an
escape, you know, like she
right.
She went to like the most extreme place possible.
100%, yeah. And then the actress swap with Donna was a little off-putting.
Yeah, I agree. They just have to like repeatedly say her name to get you to remember that it's Donna.
It's like, who's this person?
And she's like, Donna! And you're like, oh, right, it's Donna. Donna Hayward.
It's weird, though, because like it's a different hairstyle and everything. Like, it's a completely different looking person. Like, it doesn't look anything like the original actress. So
the thing is that I feel like if one person could find a way to make something like that work, it would be David Lynch in this type of show. But like, yeah, no, that's Donna. You know, that's definitely Donna. It's a whole other person, but it's Donna. But it's like in Twin Peaks, something like a crazy just change of person could work.
And honestly, like,
and he would find a way to make it work.
I felt like she worked. You know, like I by the end of the movie, I didn't question that it was Donna. You know, like I knew that this was the character. But Rich, we haven't heard much from you. In our text history, you mentioned that you were starting to get Twin Peaks, or like you felt like you were starting to not necessarily enjoy it, but be on board with it during Fire Walk with Me. Explain your rationale there.
Oh, well, first, just before I just leave this thread there, I didn't care about the Donna switch because I felt like by like season 2, I felt like Laura Flynn Boyle was just like doing a caricature of like, oh, I'm so breathless. Like she's like breathless Mahoney, whatever, in Dick Tracy. I couldn't Madonna's character. Sorry, that's a really just deep old reference to a movie that came out in '93. But it's just it was, she just became very more soap opera-ish than I liked in the first season. I thought she was more normal. So this kind of wisecracking portrayal was fine with me. I was did not I was a little uncomfortable, ladies and gentlemen. Did not see the Roadhouse. I've been alive for a long time. That's a wild place, and I'm sorry, all the drugs in the world do not make me believe that she would hook up with Jacques Renaud like that, and there's so much. I mean,
his mouth is the grossest. Yeah, he's always like, his mouth is like so small for his big head, and it's always just like pure, like pursed in like a really gross way.
Like, I know this is not. Maybe I'm wrong about this. I swear that in The Return, he's like in it, but like not him. I'm a little. Is it supposed to be him?
No,
I thought he was dead.
Oh,
he says like it's another.
I was looking at that too.
Yeah, okay, like a third brother that looks exactly like him. Because like Leland killed him in the hospital, right?
Yeah,
he's definitely dead. So I don't remember if there was like any rationale behind it, but like
there was. He was on the phone and he's like, this bar has been in our family in the Ronell family for generations. You're supposed to think it's like a relative, kind of like how Laura's cousin is identical to her.
Okay,
I think this is an additional relative who is identical. I think David Lynch just like really respects the actors he works with and is like, just bring them back.
Yeah, I think that's ultimately what happened, where he just wanted to bring back as many actors as possible. And yeah, I guess that would make sense. They even bring back characters from Fire Walk with Me that are fairly minor characters in The Return.
Yeah.
Like the guy who owns a trailer park.
Which I love that actor so much. I love that guy.
I don't think we ever like mentioned that. I feel like David Lynch's voice like throws me off. It's like I don't feel like that voice would come out of
Angelo Badalamenti.
I cannot with him.
Even when he's not speaking loud, that's his normal speaking voice. It's just when he's in his character, it's just louder because he's like his character is deaf. But that's his like normal speaking voice, and I'm like,
also
what?
Like another
that's
really
how he actually
cute thing
sounds
about him is like he gives like a lot of his actors like little pet names. So like Laura Dern, her name is Tidbit, so it'll be like, Tidbit, you're gonna have them running for the bleachers, or I forget what he says. And like what's the guy who plays Dale Cooper, what's his name again?
Kyle MacLachlan.
Kyle MacLachlan. He calls him Kale. Like, he had, like, little nicknames for everybody. He also, like, brought actors from other films of his. So he brought Laura Dern, who was in Blue Velvet when she was very young. He also brought in Naomi Watts, who was in Mulholland Drive.
True, yeah.
So he was just bringing in actors that he likes. He's like, I'm David Lynch, and I'm going to bring in the people that I know I enjoy working with, and that's that.
And he must have really liked Kyle MacLachlan.
He loved Kyle MacLachlan.
3 times, I mean.
3 of them.
3 of them.
Let's continue with Fire Walk With Me, and then we'll turn it over to The Return, because that is a whole other beast.
Yeah,
but,
definitely different.
Wait, I thought when you said 3 of them, I thought you were talking about Blue Velvet, Fire Walk With Me, and Dune. But it's actually just that there's 3 versions of him.
Yes, and this, yeah. That's
Am
what
I
I was
making a
talking
connection?
I don't think so.
So, I thought Fire Walk With Me, it's laid out so much better. I'm sorry. Look, I get it. I I think that you're supposed to watch the first season and then hate yourself. And then you watch, and then you get to Fire Walk With Me. And now you're like, oh my God, everything is revealed. Except for one thing that we'll talk about later. And I'm actually legitimately happy to talk about it. But.
Really?
I just thought that Fire.
Keep going,
Let's keep that one for later. All right. All right. But everything. Look, now I get it. Okay, Bob is real. He's an entity. He's a literal, actual thing that can take over people and make them evil. I still don't understand why Bob wants to hook up with Jacques Renault, but like, and I can't get over the Roadhouse. I'm sorry.
Well, I don't think. Laura's not. She's never been taken over by Jacques Renault.
No, I think he's been intimately associated. And also, did she just get angry at Donna for wearing her clothes? Like, she was like, "Oh, my friend's whoring it up and about to give herself up in a weird way." But wait, she's wearing my top?
I think it was like symbolic of like, don't put on the roles that I put on in society, not like her physical top.
Like don't try to be me. I think that's what it was.
What annoys me so much about that scene is
definitely.
Why did Laura even let her get there? And
there's a large gap.
Let her take drugs and then you get mad at her.
But we know,
like, what did you think, she was just going to sit in the corner while everybody else was naked and dancing? Like,
we've known that she has destructive tendencies and she wants to corrupt other people. Like,
that's
like
true. That's
she
true.
corrupted Bobby. We know that is like a canonical thing. Rich is just like
It's in Bobby. Like it didn't take much to let that out of, let that horse out of the gate. Like, come on.
Okay, speaking of horse, what actually is pretty like interesting, like watching Fire Walk With Me gives us a better read on Bobby's reaction to the police investigating him at school in the first episode of Twin Peaks, because he's acting really suspicious. He's acting really guilty, but he obviously doesn't know that Laura's dead at that point. But just a couple days earlier, he just shot that one guy, and it was the cop in the beginning. Yeah,
it was a cop.
It was. Yeah. I'm so surprised. I
don't think we noticed that the first time we watched it, and then you're the one who noticed it this time. I genuinely don't think I would have had any idea.
So if you guys want, I don't think we need to cover it, but there's a thing called the missing pieces, and it's like a 90 minutes of deleted scenes for this movie that flesh out some of like the in between stuff. So
yeah, like
I don't understand. So when you said that I couldn't watch past episode 8, right? And you knew that we had 30 inches of mother loving snow dropped on us. You didn't tell me that I could watch this extra bit of information?
well,
we like forgot.
Yeah, we forgot.
And then
it's basically it's almost like a whole other movie. But
it does feel like I wish that they like I wonder if somebody online made a version.
There is a version online where
watch the because it makes a lot more sense with those scenes too. Like I don't think that the movie like the straight up Fire Walk with Me really explains how what was her name? Teresa Banks, yeah. Teresa Banks was blackmailing Leland Palmer
before Leland Palmer kills her.
Yeah.
It doesn't go into that. It also doesn't really explore.
There's like one line in the actual movie that says that, but she was.
Fire Walk with Me doesn't explore David Bowie's character all that much, but The Missing Pieces does.
Apparently, David Bowie thought he was going to have like a really significant role in the movie, and then when he saw it, he's just like hallway man.
He's hallway man.
So weird.
I love like both David Lynch and David Bowie. So this like seeing them work together just brings me a lot of joy.
Final thoughts on Fire Walk with Me, or if you have anything else to say before we jump into The Return. Anthony, did you enjoy Fire Walk with Me? Was it just kind of like a necessary evil that you had to sit through, or?
It was definitely a pretty heavy sit through, but I do think that it was necessary, and it showed, it showed exactly what happened, how Laura was killed, and it played out everything that was actually told in the seasons. Remember, they were talking about the night that Laura was with Leo and Jacques and Ronette, and it actually showed everything playing out. So I really do think that was necessary. But yeah, it was definitely rough. It was heavy. It's not like, that lighthearted, a little bit of that, like, it doesn't have that lighthearted vibe that the original series has. So yeah, it was rough.
I did like how it showed how like Jacques Renault said that it was Leo who hit him in the head with a bottle. But then when we see this, it was actually Leland. And then he sneaks around and Leo just walks out and his friend was hit in the head with the bottle and he's like, bye.
And he runs off. He's just like...
He grabs his old shoes and runs off.
Yeah, he needs some new shoes.
Yeah, that was a rough sequence. Oh, and I think that you get a little bit more of the White Lodge in this too, actually. There's like entities from the White Lodge in this.
Yes.
I do.
Just
like, for me, look, as somebody who very often would fall asleep to just like 7 episodes of SVU, like, she's only 16, you sick F, like just like that, like a guy yelling that stuff over. I don't know, man. Like I feel like this was just a really heavy episode where Ice-T gets upset about the guy who does something offensive in the, like Leland, that was your daughter, bro. Like it didn't. I don't know. Maybe I'm just like emotionally, I don't know, stunted.
Desensitized.
Like desensitized. I've watched so much of that SVU stuff that this just was like, oh, this is a logical explanation of everything that occurred. Maybe as a monster, I don't know. I'm exposing myself as a monster in this podcast. When Laura's on the grass, like I couldn't help it. I started laughing. Like it was too long. I don't know. It was very odd. And then also now see if it was like DID, I thought that it's sadder, right? But now it's not sad. It's like this evil demon. Like it's becoming like an episode of Charmed and less like, when I first watched it, I was like convinced that this was just a mental disorder that Leland had. And he was just using this as an explanation for his terrible behavior with his daughter.
It took all of my willpower not to cut you off and say hi to Chewie. I was like, Chewie!
Yeah, no.
I haven't seen Chewie in like years.
My very cute dog is walking by as I'm laughing about a woman being upset about the fact that her dad is possessed by the demon and actually attacking her. But yeah, no.
You're a monster, yes.
You are a monster.
But I think it all worked. For me, it worked very well. And what my favorite thing was is that there weren't scenes of dialogue that seemed like the actors didn't know that they were talking to each other. But luckily, we had Twin Peaks: The Return, and boy, I felt like Lucy. I was legitimately scared. I didn't understand.
You forgot how phones work.
There's so much, guys. I don't even know where to go.
You couldn't grasp how cell phones operate?
When she just straight, like, just that guttural scream. I didn't know why she was screaming. Like, it took me a second to understand. I thought she had, like, suddenly gone to the Black Lodge and we didn't understand what was happening. Like, it took me a while before, like, to really comprehend that she didn't understand cell phones. Like, to the point where it shocked her every time.
I feel like we need to talk about the most important part of the return that we've seen so far, which is Michael Cera's scene. What did you guys think of Michael Cera's big Twin Peaks debut?
Oh my gosh. I think it's so funny because they call him, what's his name? It's
something Brando?
Yeah.
It's literally like engraved on his jacket. Why can't I remember it? It's Wally Brando.
Wally.
Yeah, it's
but
Wally.
He does a Marlon Brando impression as his character. These people, this town, it really means a lot to me. It's like the worst. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how to speak Marlon Brando's voice, but that was hilarious. I love that scene so much, just because completely it kind of just closes the loop of Andy and Lucy's child in the stupidest way possible.
And I don't know. I feel like Michael Cera was a good casting for their son because he always plays those like awkward, weird characters, and like that was exactly what was needed, and he like fit that bill, you know.
And Rich loved it.
No, you know what?
Rich is celebrating
Michael Cera was
right
great.
now.
I thought it was great. I'm just like I'm flashing to like Hawk, Lucy, and Andy sitting around the table with the evidence, and I don't know if anybody was talking to one another. Like they were just saying things in the vacuum, and like Hawk was ignoring or not. Like Lucy just seems completely off the deep end and disconnected from reality. I don't know what's happening with her. She seems even loonier than she was earlier. I also like what happened to Harry Truman is sick?
In the show, yeah, he didn't make it back to record for this, but apparently he, like, the character was sick in universe. So this is his brother.
His brother. Okay.
Oh,
and then
yeah.
he's married to the blonde lady, right? Who's kind of crazy.
Just comes in randomly and starts yelling about random stuff.
That's the one. She's another one who, for a while, I was like, does nobody hear what she's... I didn't understand what was happening. Like, she would just say things, and they're like, oh, yeah, like, no big deal. And I didn't understand what was going on with her.
Well, apparently, like, her son killed himself, and so she's just, like, kind of spiraled after that.
But that's also the sheriff or constable, I don't know's son, right?
Yeah.
But he seems...
I guess he's just handling it better. I don't know.
Connected to reality?
People all react to death differently.
It's not true, but...
What? How is that not true? No. I mean, you saw that meeting. We all reacted to death quite differently.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did miss Harry, and I did some like research, and the reason why he's not there is because he like retired from acting and just didn't have any interest in coming back. So, I mean, I respect that, but I definitely missed that character because I enjoyed him a lot in the original series.
And there's a lot of actors that did come back, like Log Lady. The actor for Log Lady came back. She was actually like very sick. She died like right after she filmed that role. But it is really, it's nice seeing her in that role one more time, I guess. So it obviously meant a lot to her to come back to it, just to, you know.
The unraveling of her prediction or her advice to Hawk, which was like, it's going to be something in your, related to your heritage. And I thought it was the caves. The entire time I'm like, bro, the caves. Like, just go to your caves, man. Like, you got to know about your Kawachi caves or whatever. I know that's from Smallville, but I'm just going to use the same term. But then the confluence of events of, like, he drops a nickel and then, like, goes into the stall and picks it up. And it's like, Native American nickel? I don't know. And then he, like, looks to the door and there's, like, a little tiny insignia, and the bathroom stall was made by a company that's, like, named after a Native American tribe. And then that's how he finds, like, it's crazy. Like, what?
He just had to trust his instincts, his intuition.
I think that Hawk without Harry is a little weird. Like, it's like he became the lead there, and I didn't think that he was. I feel like he needed Harry around. I don't know. And Harry's brother didn't seem to kind of fill the role the same way for me.
Yeah, I did miss Harry too. I feel like he's such an important, like, he's kind of like the most grounded character, like the most normal. And so I feel like we kind of need him to, like, make us feel sane. Because his reactions to stuff, I think, are, like, more similar to how the average person would react.
I mean, I do like that Hawk is back, or, like, he came back for that, because I did also really enjoy his character. Bobby in this, like, series, it's insane, because, like, he's obviously like an older gentleman, but, like, whenever I see him, I still see, like, that young kid. Like, he brought that character back, you know. And then whenever he sees something that kind of brings him back to that trauma from when he was younger, it's like he does a really good job of acting out that like he's being brought back to that place, you know.
Yeah.
And so, like, the same facial expressions and everything, it's crazy. There's some people who, like, when they age, like, they don't look like themselves when they were younger. Like, he looks exactly like himself.
He still has a young face somehow.
It's like,
even
no
though
change.
you see there's wrinkles and, you know, his hair's white, he still has a young face and features and everything. So I thought that was pretty cool. Rich, you're still shaking your head. You still don't like this guy.
Not like, you know what? It's typical. Jerky guy from town who gets into trouble and does dumb stuff ends up being the jerk cop of the small town. Like, like that, right? Like that. That's just typical. Like, I was just like, when I saw him.
Is he the jerk cop?
Yeah, I thought Chad was the jerk cop.
Well, yeah, Chad's a jerk cop, but this seemed like the life for Bobby. I was not surprised by Bobby's
choices.
Unfurling of his life, and, you know, his trauma. Whatever, man. Like, whatever. You were involved in it too, buddy. He shot that dude.
Though.
Like, he just pulled the trigger for no. Like he didn't have to kill that guy in that moment.
Well, I think the guy was pulling out a gun.
Yeah, the guy was pulling a gun on him. He was literally sent there to kill Bobby.
The gun before
you realize that, right?
You know? Like, I just feel like he was a little aggressive in a moment that he could have waited.
You don't wait for that.
Yeah, he would have waited. He would have been dead. He would have definitely been dead.
Freaking Bobby.
You wait for that gun, you're dead, Rich. I'm just letting you know. You wait for that gun, you're dead. As soon as the brandish happens, that's it. Oh yeah, with Bobby being a cop, it kind of makes me think a little bit about that moment that he had with his dad. Remember, his dad, like, was thinking that, like, everything was gonna pan out for him, and it's like, look, like, he's like a cop now.
Yeah, he did eventually get that bright future that Major Briggs prophesied he would, basically.
Oh yeah, and then, like, this is like another thing is that, you know, he's part of some of the mystery is the mystery of Major Briggs's death, which is sad because I actually enjoyed that character a lot in the original series too, but at least I guess he's in some capacity.
Yeah, in some capacity, headless.
In some capacity with somebody else's head.
Man, that did. I was gone for like a minute or so. Did you guys didn't talk about, like, the scary opening episode in New York?
No. Oh my god, but it's so scary.
It is so terrifying. Like,
this is why I don't, like, if I rewatch Twin Peaks, I just rewatched the first, like, I just rewatched, like, the first couple of seasons when I rewatch, because the return genuinely frightens me and gives me nightmares. And that episode in particular, I was terrified.
The scene with the glass box specifically, and
it's
the guy
so
just recording it endlessly until that girl comes in and basically, like, it just attacks them and rips them to shreds.
Yeah, that was crazy. Yeah, that was insane.
I was so that's so I have this face recognition thing. So like that actress walks in and I'm like, is that the youngest daughter from The Nanny? And then I was like, oh, this is quite awful. Like I did not. All right. Can we talk about this? Can we talk about the building? Can we talk about the guy? Can we talk about her? Can we talk about the guards? Like, what does it all mean? Why was there that building? Why were the guards there? Why was the guy hired? Why was the girl there? Is she what? Is she just coffee. Thirsty? Like, is like her plot element like just her thirst for that guy, or like is there something more to coffee? Well, she had more than a thirst for coffee. She was just using the coffee to get upstairs.
Right. We're just so funny story. Jen and I have seen a little bit past this point, but we've never actually finished The Return. So we have never actually finished The Return. So we don't know all the answers to things. And now we're kind of in the same boat. So we've seen a little bit past this point, and we know that some storylines do converge a little bit. But
really?
I get so scared and I start getting nightmares because I'm a big baby. I don't watch anything horror or scary. And I love Twin Peaks, but The Return just is so much scarier to me.
It's a lot more intense, for sure. But
and like literally every time it is. I just like I start getting nightmares and I'm like I'll say like I need a break. We'll return to this, and then we don't return to The Return. So this is kind of holding me
So hostage. I will say that I do miss the light moments that the original series has. Like there's definitely there's a difference in personality between the original series and the Return. Obviously you're seeing a lot of similar characters, but I don't know if it's because of the limit in technology back then, but I don't think that that's 100% the case also, because like there's no like music, like nobody really has like their own theme song like they did in the original.
I've noticed that too. Yeah,
you just have like a lot of craziness that's happening. And then when Cooper kind of like leaves the Black Lodge, ends up in some TARDIS freaking thing in space with a weird electrical bell looking thing on top of it. And then he ends up going through an electrical panel and out a electrical socket. I'm like, what is going on right now? But there was like 3 Coopers.
There were 3 Coopers, yeah.
I'm like, what? And it's like the I guess the OG one that's completely just he has amnesia so bad that like he just can't even talk.
Right.
And then I guess his evil counterpart, Mr. C.
Yeah, so Mr. C is the evil Coop that popped out at the end of Twin Peaks season 2, who's just been living as Agent Cooper for the past, but then he went AWOL and nobody saw him for 25 years.
Also, I think that the fact that he's got gloriously like longer hair should not make him the evil Mr. C. On a personal note, I think I kind of like the hair. It's
from my experience, the only evil people that I've ever encountered had long hair, and so it really fits.
And
the
you
bill.
did just say you're a monster, so
yeah,
that kind of does fit.
Yeah, there you go.
Anthony, your text to
Rich, where's your moose at?
Like Crack Dakota showed me your text, Anthony, where you're like, Dakota, as an electrician, how do you feel about the prospect of getting sucked into an outlet? That cracked me up.
Yeah, because I'm like, what is going on? This man it came out of
we
a
were dying
socket
laughing
right
at that.
Yeah. As an electrician,
I hope you enjoyed my messages from when I watched episode 8.
I didn't show those, but I will say that as an electrician, that's one of my greatest fears is being sucked into the panel, just completely horizontally. Like
like your feet and then your shoes come off and you're.
Imagine losing your shoes.
Can I ask a question? Like when you said that, I believed you, so it's a jest.
Yes.
Oh, okay. So I just have some comments about Coop.
Talk to me.
So, okay. Oh, I don't know how to do this. First of all, the tree. I know the actor's dead, but what are we doing here with this weird tree creature? I'm just going to leave that there for a second. Coop comes back to the world. Also, I don't like the show disliking creamed corn. Like, I like creamed corn. Stop making it something that apparently all evil is represented by the expulsion of creamed corn from one's body. Don't understand that at all.
And actually, that's an interesting point. Thank you for bringing that up, because the creamed corn was the thing in the season 2 when Donna shows up at that one place and the old lady said, "I asked for no creamed corn." And then, the kid had it in his hands. So they just don't like creamed corn, I guess.
David Lynch probably just had a bad dream after he ate some creamed corn and now it's an index card.
Never again, Coop. Never again.
I gotta say, this is one of the few things I'm gonna say. He there are so many times where he says things and then it almost seems like he doesn't hear them. But then kind of there was a point where him and Albert's kind of like, "My dude, you know what I said." And he's like, "Yeah, I do." Right? I was like, "Oh, yes!" I was like, he has been kind of faking this a little bit. So I did enjoy that. I mean, but the 15, the convenience store got a light. I don't know what you guys are doing to me, but that went off the rails like a bad acid trip. And there was silence. There was no talking. There's nothing. You gave me nothing. There was just silence. Jen has worked with me for 3 years. Have you ever heard 16 minutes of silence?
No.
And me in that area?
Never.
But it wasn't just silence. It was just terrifying music and rewinding sounds and explosions and the
sequins, the lurch, and then the stars thing. It looks like the Melancholy and Infinite Sadness video from Smashing Pumpkins at one point, where it's steampunk but not. What?
Oh yeah, what'd you think about the 9 Inch Nails transition? Music video transition from because it started off with Mr. C getting shot and those weird dirty looking entities coming out of the woods.
They're called the Woodsmen, by the way.
The Woodsmen. Okay. Well, that's aptly named because they literally came out.
What a terrifying scene too! All of a sudden, just these.
It was weird. Yeah, they came out of nowhere. But it's you see one earlier, in the hallway. Yeah. It comes.
Also
so I was like, "Oh, that looks familiar." And then all of a sudden, 9 Inch Nails starts playing, and I'm like, "Okay." And then a nuclear explosion happens.
Yeah. So that was
right after
the nuclear explosion that happens is actually the Trinity test, the one that you see in Oppenheimer, the first nuclear explosion. So basically, the concept is. You know how early on in our discussion I alluded to the idea that Stranger Things and Twin Peaks may have similarities in the sense that science created the evil, or at least brought the evil to the world. So the idea here is that the ripping of atoms apart that creates the nuclear cascade effect, which is the bomb, is literally ripping tears in the fabric of reality, and other entities from other planes are coming into existence or are being birthed. We actually see the literal birth of Bob in that episode.
Is that what the moth frog thing was?
Maybe. We don't have solid answers to that. But the theory is the big theory with fans. And it's never really expressly explained, but the moth frog thing that enters the mouth of that young girl, just like Rich is eating, it looked like you just ate chapstick.
Yeah, it was terrible. Terrible idea.
That girl is rumored to be Sarah Palmer, Laura's mother.
Oh, and Smokey.
Smokey.
Okay.
So it's essentially she's bringing like that's kind of like the birth of evil into this world.
But
maybe I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering too.
Right, I'm not saying we don't necessarily know that the frog is
just like syphilis, like
Bob.
It just goes back and forth.
Maybe. Well, we know that Leland wasn't the first inhabitor of Bob, because Leland said that he saw the guy when he was younger, when he was a kid, like, and they went on like family vacations. That's when he first saw Bob. So it wasn't like he had Bob forever. Bob existed before Leland had him. But yeah, so frog thing, we don't really have, but it's definitely like a malevolent thing. Like it's not a good frog, I don't think.
It's kind of like Dustin's what does he call it in Stranger Things when he first gets like the demogorgon, like the baby demogorgon. He's like,
oh yeah,
he like loves him, and then he's like, oh yeah, it's probably not a good thing because everything looks cute when it's young.
What about the that like whole like convenience store thing that it just kept on flashing? Like I was watching the banned Pokemon episode that featured Porygon. It was just like it just kept on. I was like,
yeah,
it just kept on flashing.
And like
I'm
your heart starts your heart starts
messages.
racing. Like what's going on? So interestingly, this also connects to Twin Peaks: Fire Walk with Me. So there's a character. Do they explain it in Missing Pieces? I forget. But anyway, there's a character that says, I think it's Bowie's character actually, says that they exist above the convenience store. Okay, so yeah, it's in Missing Pieces. The one of the deleted scenes of Fire Walk with Me says that above the convenience store they meet, and in that room where we saw the small fella talking to Bob, and you know there's other things in there that are just like making weird noises. That's above the convenience store that we see play out in episode 8
with the green Formica table.
This is a Formica table. Green is its color.
Oh wait, I have something to say, and it's not really deep or anything like that, but during the big explosion scene, my dog was sitting next to me, and I don't think I've ever seen her watch TV for that long. Like, typically she'll just kind of stare at the TV in, like, mild interest and then just lay down. But the entire explosion scene, she was, like, sitting up, like, intently staring at the TV. And I could just see in her eyes all the explosions. And I was like, is this awakening something in her?
Bob's
What's
in her?
happening?
Is
Bob in my dog, Luna?
Oh, God.
She was just, like, fascinated. And I was really, like, I kept, like, looking over at her, like, is she okay?
It is considered one of the greatest episodes of TV from like an artistic point of view.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna say like it has to be like that's for a specific group of
Correct,
people.
yes.
You can't. Yeah, it's definitely not as a collective.
No,
definitely.
But
not.
I think imagine you're watching Showtime, you're trying to catch the next episode of Twin Peaks, and it's just the craziest thing you've ever seen on television. I kind of respect him, you know? So we didn't talk about it, but Twin Peaks: The Return was actually supposed to be one big 18-hour film. That was the original plan for it, and it's unlike Twin Peaks, where, you know, a director directs one episode and maybe episode 3 and then maybe episode 8. David Lynch actually directed the entire thing. So there's no change in directorial vision or written voice because it's also Mark Frost writing as well.
So like it was his choice the entire time to mimic the first 3 seasons of Charmed by having a musical guest at end every episode. Do you know what it was like for the first 3 episodes, dudes? When I'm sitting there like this, watching this musical performance, I'm like, what's the nuance? What's the message I'm supposed to get? And then I just realized for the first 3, nah, man, it's just a band closing out the damn show. And I sat there for 3 minutes listening to this nonsense when I wanted plot, right? And I'm just like, what am I doing here? And it was like, at least in Charmed, like they would be like, so Phoebe, what do you think, as the music was going on in the background? Like I was waiting for a transition to a conversation, and I sat there Like a donkey.
There was.
I feel like a donkey.
Are two episodes. There are two episodes where the musical portion is accompanied with plot elements.
Yeah. No, they're fair, but
they exist. But generally speaking, none of the episodes have cliffhanger endings because they were never intended to be episodes. So he filmed a bunch of musical scenes.
Those are like transitions.
Yeah, he filmed musical scenes as transitions between episodes.
Oh, so it's like we kind of caught something like that mid episode with the 9 Inch Nails. The 9 Inch Nails is like one of those episode, and it would have been one of those episode enders or whatever, I guess. But yeah, no, I was just like, okay, like, and it was just like different people each time, and it was like at I guess the Roadhouse.
Yeah. Oh, and earlier, Rich, you were saying something about the Roadhouse, like that you've never seen a bar like that, or anything like that happen. So I think there's a line in that dialogue that says, like, when they enter the back room, they're entering Canada. So I think it might be a bar right on the border between North Dakota and Canada.
I went to school in Buffalo, buddy. All right, I went to quite a number of questionable establishments. All right, along the New York Canadian border, my friend, and I will tell you, beyond a shadow of a doubt, I have never been in quite an establishment. I've been in some seedy places. All right, I'm not. You know, I don't know, man. Like, this was Coyote Ugly, but crazy. I don't know. Like, I don't know, man. I've never seen it. Like, listen, man. If you're like, Donna's just bent over a table. Like, the bartender's like, I don't know, man. Like, that was crazy. I've never seen such depraved behavior. Like
debauchery.
Yes, that debauchery belongs in the champagne room, maybe behind some curtains, like out in the middle of the bar. Like, I'm trying to get a shot. I'd be annoyed by these two people like hooking up this way. Like, get out of my way. I'm trying to get drunk. Give me some more Labatt Blue.
I think if you like enter that section of the bar, it's kind of like, you know, that like walled off curtain section of Blockbuster. Like, you didn't go there.
No, I did not.
You didn't go there unless you knew what you were after, you know? And like, that's not the regular bar. That's the weird bar.
It is okay. All right.
That's the weird Blockbuster room. I like with Rich, like, something so inexplicable. If you can relate it to something he understands, he's like, oh, okay. Like, he just accepts. It's just like Blockbuster.
Not the curtain.
I was never ready for that. So, like, I totally get this.
What you know, we didn't really like talk about, you know, the whole, like, you know, Coop, the real, like, regular, you know, the real Cooper taking over Dougie's life, right? You know, Dougie Cooper, right?
Yeah. So at this point, we don't. Yeah, go ahead.
I thought it was funny that, like, this man was just saying one words and writing scribbles, and he's just like blowing people's minds.
I like this little like ladder.
He's just like, and then like, I need and then also I need that Black Lodge vision that he had at the slots.
Hello.
The other thing about Mr. Slots.
Mr. Jackpots.
Yeah, there you go, Mr. Jackpots.
Hello, little lady.
Hello.
Mr. Jackpots, where do I go next?
Oh my god. I genuinely find that part so funny. I'm still a little bit confused I can understand two Coopers, a good and an evil. One was, you know, taken over by Bob. When they left the lodge, it was just evil Coop. But sometime after that point, there was another Cooper that was almost like an empty shell that began to be Dougie.
That was created.
Who was created.
And he had that ring.
He was also like a bit of a degenerate himself.
Isn't that Teresa's ring?
Yeah. And it has like the little like logo from the caves.
The Owl Caves, yeah.
Yeah, also, if the spirits didn't come into the world until the nuclear testing, then why are there the Kawachi Caves?
I was wondering that too, and I don't have an answer for you.
So, it's not that they didn't exist.
Because Bob wears denim, and I'm pretty sure denim there's a finite there's a time period when denim started.
It was pretty much, the 40s and 50s. Yeah.
I think it isn't.
No, it's actually a
yeah,
little
it was
earlier
like
than
the
that.
1800s.
Yeah.
Levi's, and wasn't it during the gold rush?
True that. So
I know my denim.
The creation, like the atomic bomb, wasn't necessarily the creation of these individuals. They existed, and the Kawauchi people. The Kawauchi. I keep thinking I'm confusing Smallville and this Jonah. the Native American mythology that whatever Hawk's tribe is, they believe in a white and a black lodge. That goes back. They said it's ancient. So these people clearly existed prior to this point, malevolent and benevolent spirit entities. But certain evils were brought into the world after the Trinity tests in New Mexico.
So it's literally like Stranger Things, where the veil was kind of weaker.
They ripped it. Yeah,
came through
into a convenience store.
That's kind of like that's like that like goo, right? That goo area that like the Black Lodge is around.
Correct, yeah.
Kind of. That's almost like the veil for that just oily.
Yeah, they always say it's like burnt oil. Like it smells like burnt oil. Like
it's fossil fuels.
So you were talking about the three coops, I'll call them.
Right. Yeah. So we, at least Jen and I, don't yet have an answer as to why there was more than two. Because we can understand Annie told Laura that the good coop is in the lodge, and he was there for 25 years, it seems, until he comes out and inhabits Dougie's body. We don't really understand what Dougie's doing there besides the fact that he was created. Do they explain it?
Not that I know.
Not that. But he's at this point in the story.
It almost seems like, all right, they said that what was it, like November 3rd? There was a very specific time and date that the idea was that good Coop was going to switch places with bad Coop, right? And then that never happens because they
I think because of the existence of Dougie.
Yeah, they mention a time they're I think they're like, it's coming soon, and it's like Mr. C knows that it's coming, but
so
then
he gets out of it.
Yeah, when it happens, it's like then freaking D-bag Dougie takes over. Like he gets swapped in, but then it's he's discovered to be fake because his head is doesn't he just evaporate or explode? Or when he's in the Black Lodge, they're like, you're not the Mike, the one-armed man, whatever. It's like, and then Dougie's head just goes and away,
and his whole body deflates.
Yeah, like
a balloon.
I wonder
and the
actually
ring falls off.
If Bob created Dougie so that he could get out of that swap.
To have an alternate?
To have an alternate, yeah.
Like a doppelganger or a doppelganger squared? Cubed?
A homunculus of a doppelganger.
Ooh.
How about that?
What a word.
Yeah. What a word.
Not a fan of that one.
Can we talk about Jade
he cloned him.
Can we talk about Jade and how she had a client who clearly had a stroke, and then she just gives him $5 and sends him to the casino?
Everybody in his you know what, Jade, I'm sorry, is a professional, and I don't blame her.
I don't blame her either.
In all
she's
honesty,
actually very nice to Dougie. She could have just left.
If one of my
you
Johns,
tell she feels bad for him.
If one of my Johns goes crazy, I'm not gonna go bring him back, like that. But what I don't understand is his the star power in this series, by the way, is crazy. But also his wife. The cop, everybody, every freaking person, the casino owner, the limo driver, every single person is culpable. If Coop comes into a school building and that many people ignored the signs, we would be in cuffs. We are mandated reporters. We would be taken away. But nobody in his world. His son likes him more because he's broken. I don't what?
Sonny Jim.
Sonny Jim.
Oh my gosh, my favorite line in this, I laugh every time, is when Dougie goes, Jade give 2 rides.
I bet she does.
Yeah, I bet she does.
And she just forgives. It's so stupid. Like everybody in his life.
She fell in love all over again when that shirt came off at the
Oh,
doctor's. Yeah. She's like, "Oh, you lost some weight, huh?"
Also, the bag of money.
You saw how like she changed.
Bag of money didn't hurt.
Oh yeah, the money, like he's like fit now. Like I was like, dang, okay, Kyle's actually looking fit for real though.
Yeah, he's a pretty righteous dude.
Can we just? I want to mention like how scary Mr. C is. Like the evil coop. Like there's something he did to his face or the eyes. And it's just like an entirely different person. It's an entirely different role. It's the weirdest thing.
And it's crazy because Kyle is playing that role also. So it's like he's playing like just several characters. I mean, this man is like killing it. This show, we're watching this show. This show literally has like just dozens of like just actors that like I've seen in several
Amanda
things.
Seyfried.
Just out of nowhere. In small roles.
Yeah, Amanda Seyfried, one of them.
She's awesome.
Right?
What's wrong, Rich?
Her character just like annoyed me, like bad decision central. And she's like, the drags, I'm in a drop top. I just, but did it really well. Like she did it well. I was surprised.
Yeah, she's a good actress.
I was surprised by the star power. I still don't understand how, like, look, man, the Dougie stuff could be like, or like Coop stuff could be funny for like, you know, a half an episode, but like at some point someone doesn't notice how broken he, like the guy's like, no loitering, and he's just sitting like no making a gun, stop reaching for my gun, like nope, like, and everyone just like coddles his ass, and like nothing is wrong with this, like I'm sorry, like serious red flags for anybody who works in like numerous professions, and like it's cops, it's like doctor, like there's so many people that like just don't address the fact that he's not well, and she's like, oh, now I gotta go do this drop off for the money. Guess we can't bring you to the doctor, even though you're kind of brain dead. Like, it's just what?
No. I loved it. I loved it when he brought those reports to his boss, and he's like, "What am I supposed to do with this gibberish?" And he's just like reading over it, and it's just like, "Oh, wait a second, it's all making sense." Like essentially, that started all making sense. But at the end of the day, it was literally still just like gibberish.
And he's like, "You did all this? Thank you, Dougie."
I'm his coworker. I'm his coworker who's like, "What are you talking about?" Like, I'm the angry guy in the office, like watching. Like, what are you talking about?
Oh god.
I'm Frank Grimes, like from that Simpsons episode, all right? Like, I get it. Like, I'm just.
I really like Naomi Watson.
I like her little angry
Tom
walk,
Sizemore
like when she
too.
goes on a mission.
What'd you say, Anthony?
So Tom Sizemore also, that like he's the kind of bad guy in The Office.
Oh yeah. Oh sorry. Yeah. He's in there too.
I would love to like meet one of the celebrities from this show, because there's just so many of them, and then say like, "I loved you in Twin Peaks: The Return," but they're like an Oscar winner, so you know what I mean? Like, man, I loved you in Twin Peaks: The Return, and they had like Michael Cera. Like, if I ever meet Michael Cera, that's going to be my go-to line.
Yeah, not super bad.
No, none of the usual suspects. I loved you in Twin Peaks: The
Arrested
Return.
Development. Just
like Amanda Seyfried, superstar. I loved you in Twin Peaks: The Return. You were great. Thank you.
I would say
it's like not Mean Girls.
Nope.
You know,
Twin Peaks.
I would say, I know that's something some people will refer to you as Captain General Holdo, but personally, you will always be my Diane. Guys,
finally got Diane
I was
in the
so
picture.
happy. Guys, like, it's the only thing that made me really freaking happy, all right? Like, I was sitting there, and then Albert's like, Diane. Oh, my my goodness. I thought that I was
Finally.
never going to find out who she was. She's a real person, guys. Like, she existed. Oh, that was honestly, for me, the best
It's
moment.
all coming together. It's all coming
It's
together.
the best
Rich.
moment. It's the honestly the best moment. Like, other than, like, yeah, in the return so far, you know, I'm sure we're only going to watch, what, 37 seconds of, like, the next 3 episodes, and then like,
Then call it a day.
are we allowed to finish the series?
Yeah, what's the end game
We're
here?
allowed. Yeah.
That's just it? We're just gonna watch it all tonight.
You can even watch the missing pieces.
A week too
There
late,
you go.
my friend. A week too late.
Oh, did you catch in the flashback to like the 50s, the young boy that says, "Can I give you a kiss?" is Zolo Maraduena from Cobra Kai
Oh my goodness.
and Blue Beetle.
No way. It's that, really?
Oh, really? No, I
It
didn't
is,
catch
yeah.
that. That's
it's a
crazy.
it's a young him.
Now, if you ever meet him, you know what to say.
I like that my boy came back, and that we get a little bit more of him, Albert.
I like Albert.
I don't know.
like
I-
Albert.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I liked Albert's character. Like, I like the sarcasm, the little quips that he'll put out there. But like, he definitely has he has a more prominent role in this one for sure.
Yes, yeah. Because there's a much. What's interesting is that we're only getting snippets of what's going on in Twin Peaks right now, which is kind of frustrating for me. And that's probably the most frustrating thing about this, is that so little of at least the first half of this season happens in Twin Peaks. But
Sometimes the world is just too big for a small town, Dakota.
I know, and that's the issue. Like, I wish they would just confine all of this to Twin Peaks, but they made it.
I think the whole like Blue Rose arc is showing that like weird stuff is happening everywhere, but there's just a high concentration in Twin Peaks.
Right.
Like this isn't relegated to this one place. Like, some of these weird things are happening. We didn't even talk about the principal of the school.
Oh yeah, we didn't talk about the principal.
The one that like he was having an affair and then the chick got beheaded and like her body replaced with a man's body.
Matthew Lillard.
Yeah.
Yes,
Like,
Matthew Lillard. He'll always be Shaggy to me.
I loved
was
you in Twin Peaks.
So
Return.
rando. I mean, like, and now that's not. We don't know.
They do go back to that storyline.
So it does seem it's like a Bob thing or something that we're gonna see later or something.
I don't really remember exactly how it worked out, but
It's a liar's
so
face.
the head that's cut off is the head of the person that he was sleeping with. I think it was like the librarian of the school.
Yeah.
But the body,
ridiculous librarian.
the body was Major Briggs. That's the weird.
But
That's
it's
like
not.
the weirdest
But it's
thing
like
ever.
the old. But it's the.
It's young Major Briggs.
It's like his body hasn't aged. Like
Yeah.
In like
it's
20 years or something like that. Yeah.
Where like previously they had seen
right.
his
It was
prints
like
places.
it had to have been preserved.
Unless it was, not in the real world, because he disappeared. I think he disappeared.
Yeah. And like we know that the White Lodge and the Black Lodge are separate from our time, because we see the characters kind of intermingling at different stages. Like Coop talks to Laura while she's still alive, but at that point for him she's already dead. So like we know that time doesn't work at all
Linearly,
adjacent.
yeah.
Like, it's not linear at all. Like, you can just enter at different points and leave at different points. So yeah, I'm assuming
Right. So
that
it's like when they interact.
I'm assuming that would have been
They're
the age
alive.
Can
like,
that be
that he
alive?
was. And what?
Can that be manipulated as time travel, or is it just like
Probably.
coincidence?
Yeah, probably. If you knew how to do it.
If you talk to the
But-
arm or the tree or the, I don't know.
One thing that I like, this is a
That tree
completely
fucked,
different
like,
point.
Honestly, F you all in the tree. Like, when I saw the tree, honestly, like, that was maybe the single angriest moment I had felt, like, at all. Like, I was like, what? It's like, I am the arm. And I was like, wait, are they just replacing the dead little person with a glowing brain tree? And then there's an evil version of it later? Like, is that his twin? Is what, like, I don't, like, how is there an eviler version of a thing that's in the Black Lodge?
I don't know.
You're gonna have to rewatch it because you clearly missed something, but do so after you've completed the series, and then it'll all make sense.
It'll all come together, really. Yeah. In the end. Wait, can I make my point really quick?
Yeah.
It's like a side note, and not super important, but I thought it was cool. What I love about Diane's character is that we expect her based on like the only things we've heard was Coop interacting with her and not her responses at all. So we're expecting this like really helpful, really polite, like, you know, diligent worker who like sends him his earplugs the same day. And then like we meet her and she's really crass and tells basically everyone to go F themselves. And I love that for her. And like I love the idea of like if that was her personality, you know, in the original Twin Peaks, when Dale's sending her like, you know, and you've got to see these trees and blah blah blah, and she's just like, F this, man. Like I hate this.
Anthony, at the end of last episode, you used a very specific word. You said shovel, and I said actually shovels are kind of important. What are our thoughts on the golden shovels? You know, dig yourself out of the shit,
bro. What was it? No, it wasn't
Doc.
Jerry. It was what's his name?
Doctor.
The
Doctor.
The doc. It's called the doc.
The
He does have a
psychologist.
name, but
Yeah,
I
he
can't
does
the
have a
remember it.
therapist. Yeah, like he's like some like this conspiracy theorist now.
He's a podcaster.
He's just like us.
Yeah. He's a podcaster now.
He's just like us.
I like
His biggest fan.
Jerry's just like extra cooked this season. Ben is trying to like keep it low key, but like it's still like it's so crazy. Like it still very much so feels like his character. Like he's like it's like he like fought like everybody like slotted back into those roles exactly like how they were back
or
then.
how they would naturally fit 25 years from now. I think they did a really good job. Just the concept itself, because you know the whole you'll see me in 25 years that Laura says was not meant to be literal, like they were going to bring the show back in 25 years, but they turned it into that. You know, they made it a literal 25 years for Cooper to show back up into the world and, you know, for them to finish whatever story they were going to tell, basically. So I think it's a really cool concept of like bringing all these characters back, seeing where they are 25 years later. Nadine is still just crazy and just she loves the podcast that this guy puts on. Dr. Jacoby, that's what his name is. Yeah,
that was gonna bother me. I have another like point that I wanted to make.
Hit it.
Did I cut you off? I'm sorry.
No, I'm just I that's basically my point. Just that I really appreciate, you know, like you can see where these characters are going, what their hobbies are. You can kind of tell that Jerry's kind of a druggie, or is susceptible to that kind of like
I would classify him as an explorer. He explores ideas and different
and
states,
the wilderness
and wilderness
and substances. He explores substances.
Yeah, he takes part in the world. I don't think we need to, you know, be negative about his.
Yeah, druggie is a harsh word, wasn't it?
Sorry,
he's not like
he's a bit of a druggie.
He's taking psychedelics.
He didn't go to go see Avatar and then like watch Zootopia for 20 minutes before he realized he was in the wrong movie. You know, he's not like that kind of person.
The man literally screamed on the phone that he was high.
I think he would have. He definitely would have like shown up to the wrong movie and sat for 15 minutes. Anyway, I'm sorry. You had another point that you wanted to make.
Oh, so. One thing that I thought was kind of cool was that David Lynch hired Ashley Judd, and like Ashley Judd was one of the like first actresses to come out against Harvey Weinstein in the Me Too movement, where she was like actually blacklisted from Hollywood. Like if you watch like older movies from like the earlier 90s, like you were seeing Ashley Judd everywhere, and then she just disappears, and it's because Harvey Weinstein was making advances towards her. And she declined them, and then basically she got completely blacklisted. And like Peter Jackson and other directors were like, yeah, we were told directly by Harvey Weinstein, do not hire her. And we didn't know why, but that was the reason. And so like this came out in 2017, and that was before she spoke out against Harvey Weinstein. She hadn't said anything. She hadn't cleared her name or anything. She was still blacklisted in Hollywood, and David Lynch is like, I like her. I'm gonna hire her anyway. And he just brought her in. Like, that's like the first time people had seen her in a while, and nobody really knew why at that point. So it wasn't even, if he would have hired her like after, it's like, oh, like, yeah, I guess that's, like, nice. So you're getting publicity for hiring somebody that's in the Me Too movement. It was like he was doing it before it was even a thing. He just was like, I'm not blacklisting her. I'm going to have her in.
Yeah, he seems to kind of go against the grain in many fronts, for sure. But like even the character Denise, like we spoke about last week. Was it last week? I think it was last week. Yeah, Denise being like kind of not necessarily a trans character, but trans adjacent character. And in this one, I think it's full on trans at this point.
Yeah, they refer to her as a she.
Right.
Where is she? Now, how long is she going to keep me waiting for this meeting?
There's a great line from David Lynch in that where, like he's talking about like, back then I told them to fix your hearts or die. Like it's so David Lynch that, but I kind of like the idea of him just kind of being an advocate for life just in general.
Before it was cool. Before anybody else was doing
again,
it.
2017, that really wasn't a big thing at that point. It was bigger than it was in the early 90s, but it wasn't public. It wasn't a publicized thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway,
I don't know. I thought that was cool. He was just like doing his thing. He didn't care if it was popular. He was like, I'll hire blacklisted people.
Yeah.
I'll talk about, the rights of minority groups, or not minority groups.
Yeah.
But, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's like, I'll just talk about this and I don't care how you all feel. Like, this is what I'm saying.
Crazy guy.
Never trying to be popular. Just a surrealist artist.
Just
making soap operas.
True surrealist.
And horrors.
True surrealism. Is this the furthest you've gone into like surrealism art, Rich?
Yeah. I don't know. I'm a logical, analytical guy, and this is like Emily Dickinson's poetry, right? Like there's layers that you could argue are there, and then other people could be like, no, they're not there, right? Like it's like so subjective that it drives me mad, right?
Right. It is very subjective. Like everything in it is, well, I interpret it this way, So yeah, I feel your anger there.
Can I ask a question? I know that we live in a communist regime here in the podcast. Are we gonna finish the season next week?
I think we answered that already. Yeah, I think we're going to finish Twin Peaks.
Could we watch maybe just to episode 18 and then like do 20, 21, 22 the week after?
You could try, but there are only 18 episodes.
Well, then I'm again foiled by my bad math skills. I would rather not expand on that. I think there are 22 episodes.
The rest of the episodes, it can be that other information. What was it? The pieces.
Oh, missing pieces. Yeah.
The missing pieces. Yeah. That could be your extra episode.
Yes, you can catch up on. There's actually a lot more lore in Missing Pieces that kind of bridges things together a little bit better, and it's basically like deleted scenes from Fire Walk with Me and alternate takes from Fire Walk with Me that kind of just expand on what that story was, and does a little bit more with the Kiefer Sutherland storyline, and interesting stuff, guys. Anthony, I didn't ask you. Is this the furthest you've gone into surrealism?
I mean, I feel like I've seen some stuff before that I'm like, what's going on? But like, I think that this is the longest that I've partake.
Okay, yeah.
That I've like been in it.
Right.
Usually it's like I'll like dip a toe in and then like I'll step out. But like now I've just been in it for weeks.
You've been submerged.
Yeah, you're in it.
He's like Achilles in the fire sticks.
The Amazon fire sticks.
Yes.
Let's bring this to a close. Rich, thoughts on the first half? We'll call it half of Twin Peaks: The Return. Gut reaction is okay. You don't have to go crazy, but yeah.
It's almost mean that I watched Fire Walk with Me, which helped me understand everything in a much more, like, in a way that makes more sense to me, and then I put on this thing, and I don't know. There's so much to digest. We're only halfway through, but that 8th episode was, I don't know, man. I don't know where we're going. It's a lot, and I'm kind of excited to see the end, but also scared. I'm scared as to how much more I'm going to be confused.
Okay, Anthony?
It's definitely interesting because of how fresh I am off of the original series. I was trying to come in the same way, but like you can't come in the same way.
It's a different show. Yeah.
Right. So I think I was like, I don't know, I guess I was taken back with how kind of serious it would get. And then but it was like mostly serious. I mean, a lot of I would say the funny parts were kind of like interspersed, whereas it was a lot more often than the original series. But like a lot of the times there's a lot of serious and like weird things going on in this show. Like, and I felt like it was even more so because you came into the original series, there was a setup for the rest, right? Laura Palmer was killed. That must be solved. We're coming into this with the cliffhanger, right? That like Cooper was left in the Black Lodge, but it's like, okay, but the rest of this is just, it feels like nonsense, kind of, right? So we definitely need the rest of the series or the rest of the season because, you know, after that last episode 8, like my brain feels fried.
One last question, Rich. Do you think we're going to get some solid answers?
Why do you ask me questions like this? This is like, I have a coworker who sometimes our supervisor will directly ask him things when our supervisor knows he's fuming, and he's like, "What do you think about this?" And he just opens the floodgates. Like, no, I don't think we're gonna get any answers. The man writes his plot points on freaking index cards and tries to figure out how to link them together. I don't know. We got Diane. I'm gonna take a win on that one. Like, I figured out who Diane is, so she's real. You know what? I want to see what happens with Albie. I love my man Albert. He's become probably my favorite dude. He's like, yeah, really enjoyed being in the freezing rain in New York City in 37 degrees and being back in my house within 15 minutes. Like just his. I just love, he's great. I mean, he's kind of the same character and everything, but like, I still love the actor. I think he's really great at that. And honestly, in wrestling, they call it like, when the crowd pops for something, you know, when they react to something. And I popped for a lot of the actors in this return, just randomly showing up, you know.
Yeah.
Naomi Watts, Ashley Judd, you know, and Michael Cera. Like, I was fairly pleasantly surprised with how many just kind of, I thought, you know, really accomplished actors just were playing small roles in the show so far. So I hope the next. So you said that it's 18 episodes, but I know that they got the secret 3 episodes. You know, kind of like Stranger Things with episode 12 that just came out. So I honestly think it's going to be just as good as episode 12. I mean, that's for my money.
Let's hope. Jen, final thoughts?
Really enjoyed it. Always a good time. Wish it wasn't absolutely terrifying and caused me horrible nightmares that woke me up every hour one night. But, you know, I'll take what I can get. I'm excited to finally get answers to face my fears and finish this. Something I've been incapable of doing for a very long time.
Yeah, we're going to finish it. We're excited. Guys, thank you so much for listening to us here for our 150th episode. Yay!
Woohoo!
Yay, we have caught them
Mets.
all.
So next episode is our Mew episode. 151. Little Pokemon references for our millennials out there. Guys, thank you so much for listening to us here for 150. Be sure to check back next week for 151. We're going to collect them all. And yeah, we're going to finish Twin Peaks. Let's do it, guys. If you want to check out any of our socials, be sure to click down into our show notes below. And be sure to give us that 5-star juicy rating. It has to be at least as juicy as the creamed corn that appears a couple times in this season. At least that juicy.
So gross.
Guys, thank you so much and have a great night.
Bye.
Apologies in advance.
Wolverine.
Hello.
Do I have to make a weird noise or?
No, we're just going to use that.